To me, enough is enough. They just wanna hurt us, bring us down, bring us down. Enough is enough. We won't let them hurt us, bring us down, bring us down. Enough is enough. You won't bring us down, bring us down. Enough is enough. They just wanna hurt us, bring us down, bring us down. Enough is enough. We won't let them hurt us or bring us down, bring us down. Enough is enough. Enough is enough, is enough, is enough. Enough is enough. They're always taking their side. Is enough. They just wanna hurt us, bring us down, bring us down. Enough is
Hey guys, welcome back to Queen of the Indies Corner with another episode of Under the Ropes. I'm your host as always, the Queen of the Indies, Tiffany. And we get prolific with my guest, Isaiah Wolf. What's going on?
What's up?
It's like a little prolific on the pod. It's been a while, like Tyree Taylor's been on the pod. It's been a while. I don't even remember the date that he was on. So let me fix your camera because like I have you like all the way in the corner now. What happened here? That his camera's now your camera's all messed up on mine. Well, we're gonna get that fixed in a minute. But guys, if you're new here to the Under the Rope series, here I interview everything independent wrestling, whether it's wrestlers, promoters, backstage. I got you covered. If you guys got questions for Isaiah, please feel free, drop it into the chat. I'm sure that he'll be more than happy to answer all of your questions. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the camera for you. I might have to like let me re-edit the camera because I'm not liking. I think because you were messing with the camera, I think it messed up my camera.
I was just trying to figure out how to just like get it from just saying lift pro, like prolific backwards. And it was like, oh nah,
Nope,
like
that's
we're not doing that.
the joy of podcasting. And no, I can't get your camera in there. I gotta just bear with me for a second. All right, there we go. So there we go. I got you right there. So, alrighty, let me like check the chat. Make sure you guys share the stream. There you go. What's up, Jimmy? Jimmy's in the chat. Jumbo Ref's in there. He put a little wolf emoji in there. What's going on? So, Zap Mirror's in the chat. He says it's International Animal Rights Day.
Protect the wolves. Protect the wolves.
There
Yep.
we go. See, and on top of that, like I put a little wolfie in the podcast, so he's he's doing his thing over there. So, all right, so let's get this started. So, for a fan that's never seen you wrestle before, what's a go-to match that you would recommend to become an instant fan?
Me versus Fred Yeha. That's that was one of my favorite matches because I feel like everything kind of clicked for me in regards to like my wrestling abilities and storytelling.
Hmm.
Um, like me versus Swerve,
Hmm.
I would say it's a nice little go-to match for myself. Even though I was like, yo, as a competitor, like I feel like I can like if I give another chance at that match, I would definitely knock it out the park. I did it the first time, but I always feel like it was more on the table I could have took. In regards to like my singles matches. Me versus Sean Smith at Pro Wrestling R for the title.
Look at that.
Yeah, that was a
Very
nice little 20-minute match.
good.
Uh, that's just for that's just my singles. I have a lot for singles,
Hmm.
but those are the things that me versus Andy Brown. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like me versus Andy Dustin. So like yeah, like I got bangers. I got bangers.
He's got a lot. So I mean,
Right.
we're gonna talk about all this stuff. So don't worry, I got you guys covered on here. So, let's start because we're gonna go into like certain promotions, certain matches. You know, we're gonna talk BST because I'm definitely gonna talk about you and Dustin and everything. So let's start with Prolific a little bit. Maybe you can give a little bit of like a backstory for the fans that aren't familiar with Prolific.
I'm gonna go down in the order of how it started myself. Isaiah Wolf, the American Gangster, the new gold standard, Marcus Marquis. I'm the big boy from Brooklyn, Tyree Taylor, aka Mr. Heavy Hitter. Miss What That Lariat Do, Ruthless Lala, and the Watts brother A.R. Jones. I formed this like 5 years ago, like before the pandemic, and then kind of like drifted into the pandemic, and then like 5 years strong. Like we have planted our flags in just about like five countries and stuff like that, and in multiple promotions, winning various tag team titles in multiple promotions at the same time at that. So it's like it all started with just like I wanted to be in a car with people that I can tolerate for more than 15 minutes, and then want to be coming into like a family and stuff like that, and you know internal competition. So
Mhm.
like yeah.
I like that. He's like, I wanted to be in a car more than a few minutes. I could
I'm like, yeah.
tolerate you.
I'm like, all right, bro. I was like, because sometimes you be like, yeah, you gotta get the fuck out. All right, cool. All right. We're not even there yet. No, I'm there. I'm there.
It's like
You,
5 minutes in the car. Get out.
yeah, get out, man. I'll see you at the show. But hey, I'll meet you there. The promoter asked me what happened. I'm just like, hey man,
I don't know what happened. I don't know.
his time was up.
I'm sorry. That was really funny. But it's such like an honest answer, but it's just so funny because it's so true that sometimes you get into the car with people and you just want to like backhand them or someone doesn't get along with
Nah, you just
somebody
like I'm
else.
hot. I'm like, why did you got it? All right, okay, get out. You're like, nah, but it's like, but nah, we're all characters, and it's a good time, and it's like when it's time for the bell to ring, that I know that every one of us is like locked in, and I know I'm definitely locked in
Mhm.
before the bell even rings. So at least I need to have something to bounce off that, and all of a sudden, they all get that from me.
Yeah. I love that. I definitely love that. It was funny. You're talking all this, and it's making me think about like people that've been on this podcast. They tell like road trip stories and stuff, and like I think of like even like Dustin and Kylon and like The Haven. They'll be in the car. They'll be taking pictures and videos of whoever falls asleep in the car and stuff. Has that happened? Do you do that? Like,
Oh, that was like honestly, that was like yo, like my rookie year in the business. Some of the vets would do that and stuff like that. I got like older, like, and I'm like, I started driving to like all my bookings and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, you sleep, man, you sleep. I was like, yo, yeah, that's on you. Like one rule I have is if you sleep, yo, do not surprise me with sporadic movement while
mhm.
I'm driving and whatnot. I've had people be on the passenger side knocked down, and then as I'm like locked in on trying to get to the destination or get back home, I just hear my people just like, oh, "Hey!" I'm like I've actually hit a wrestler in the face because of that. Like
Oh, jeez.
on the on the I-95 coming back from Jersey, just popped up out of nowhere, and like as if the conversation ever ended, and just I was like, "Yo, I drugged them." Just straight. It's a reflex. I'm like, I drug people on reflexes. Like,
Damn. It's like that. Uh Dryzy's in the chat says prolific. What's up? Um Good cop, bad cops in the chat. Okay, wait, here you go. I missed like, hey guys, I know it's getting dark early nowadays, but this is, because I messed up the camera. I'm sorry, I was adjusting. You know, you podcast, you know how it is. So.
it's all good. It's all good, man.
He goes, top guy. He goes, is Andy Brown the serial freak? Yes. Do you know?
I don't know about. I do not know. I do not know about Andy Brown being a serial freak. I know during one of my infamous promos against Andy Brown, I definitely said that Andy Brown is a retired porn star that found his way into wrestling, and it just happened to work out for him. So, and then in Andy Brown fashion, he retweeted it. Yep. And I was like, well, you can't really say it. Like, I was like, shit.
Poor
There
Andy.
goes that. There goes that back and forth, you know. Like,
Oh my. We've been talking a lot about Andy Brown the last couple of weeks on this podcast. Shout out to Andy Brown. I love Andy Brown or whatever. But so you know the context of this. A serial question, which we'll ask you on the podcast, is we're starting early, I guess. We're like, forget wrestling, we're talking cereal now. First question. Do you put your cereal in first and then your milk, or do you put your milk in first and then your cereal?
cereal first and milk. I ain't no sociopath. Like,
Well,
my God.
Andy Brown, milk first.
But he's from LA, so he's from the West Coast. They different out there. They different. Yeah, they different.
So he's been getting, everybody's been messing with him lately. So we gotta bring that up. So, Matt Awesome's in the chat. He goes, "What up, Wolf?" Look at that.
Yeah, what up, man? What's up? What's up?
We love that. We love that. So, all right. So let's talk a little bit about Pro Wrestling Magic. Shout out to them over there. So shout out Steve Off. So let's talk about you teaming with Ruthless Lala. Shout out to her. I definitely want to talk about the match with you and her against the Rep. And then Smash and Burn, which is Junie and Ricky Pierce, which is also like really great and is like now like up and coming. I feel like as a tag team, those guys. I love the Rep. Rep's been on this podcast, so talk to us a little bit about that match. Talk to us a little bit about working Pro Wrestling Magic, all that fun stuff.
That's a really good time. Like, honestly, I've been a fan of Pro Wrestling Magic early in my career. Like, Steve Off knew me from the beginning of my career leading up to making it to Pro Wrestling Magic. So like, I think him seeing me grow and becoming the person or the performer and, businessman that I am is actually like kind of like, like, damn, I didn't know Wolf had it like that. Well, like, yeah, goddamn it, I did. But the Rep, I have much respect for them, but in like an old fashioned saying, the beef will never be over. Will never be over. The thing I will say, the most positive thing I will say about the Rep, a few positive things I will say about the Rep is I think the reason why Prolific and either installments, myself and Lala, myself and Marcus, myself and Tyree, why that any installment of Prolific versus the Rep is always money because it's believable. Like y'all was saying, like you look at us and you look at them and like, we are legit. Like we will bust your ass, like without hesitation and stuff like that. And it's believable because it's got two believable teams that can actually deliver and have that smash mouth style with a little bit of flair and stuff like that. In regards to Smash and Burn, I'm actually, it makes me laugh because all of a sudden now it's like, I became like their kind of vet because I remember when Junie was a part of the Lost Boys and, the Lost Boys versus Prolific and the Lost Boys still versus Prolific. It's just like, we be dragging these motherfuckers in the goddamn ring, but they tough, man. Like, and they want it. And I like to see them progress a lot more. And I want to say congratulations to them because I know two of them won the CZW World Tag Team title. So to see them have that moment, is a lot. And then to see Junie with Smash and Burn and progress and have his moments, it's kind of cool. It's kind of dope to be a part of. I have my little footprint in their story as they take off and stuff like that while I'm also taking off.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like, oh man. So and I had the Lost Boys on here when they were a thing. And actually, so we'll announce it here. Junie Underwood's coming on the podcast next week. He was like, "It's been 2 years," and I'm like, "I had you as a tag." I said, "You come back next week and we'll do a singles interview." So we'll talk to him next week on that as well. But we love the rep over here, and you're right. Like every time that you guys wrestle each other, it's just you guys go in and you guys know each other for so long that
Yeah.
it makes it beautiful.
We've been beefing with the rep damn near, yeah, 5 years. Yeah, five years. We have wrestled, we have tore up things, we have broken aisleways and doors and destroyed certain buildings in Maryland. So I'm like, yeah, man, when you book the rep versus prolific, I hope you have building insurance because it's like that.
Definitely. Take out the insurance.
Yeah.
They're going to tear the house down, literally.
Oh,
Let me give some love in this chat. Good Cop, Bad Cop said, "Oh, prolific. I thought Isaiah's shirt said Pollock." So I was trying to guess what it said.
see,
I think it was because your braids were in the way, really. That's really what
yeah, man. Like, they long now, but they got some hang time. So yeah, they block from time to time, but the message is still the same.
Clown in the chat. He says no San Diego here and no San Diego here and cereal first. Matt Awesome says cereal first always. Marcus is in the chat. He said oons.
What up, bro?
Wes is in the chat. He goes, "Hey guys, Kyle and Wes say hi. Much love to you guys." Well, right back at you. So
Appreciate it.
thanks for joining into the stream. So all right, so shout out to BST. You guys know it's like my home from home and everything like that. Most recently, we got to talk about you and Dustin Waller. Let's just run this back. Just run it back. I mean, this was so good. If you guys haven't watched this, go on IWTV. Go watch this match. This was amazing. So talk to us about it.
Yet again, like, the whole miracle ones and stuff like that, I knew them from back in the day. I knew them when they were breaking in and I was like kind of establishing myself. I met Ichiban at Test of Strength back then. My first interaction with him was like, I think my first match there, and it was against Slick Wagner Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, like, Slick Wagner gave me like the simple approval. He was like, "Yo, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine, kid." It's like, all right, cool. And then I know Ichi, he was like, "Oh, Slick don't ever do that to people." I was like, all right. Like, I'm still new. I'm like, I still ain't know who the fuck Slick Wagner Brown was, but I was like, if this is the good thing, I'm like, I'll take it. And then like, pandemic happened. I started seeing Ichiban, Kylon, at XWA in Rhode Island during their Thursday night throwdowns and stuff like that. And that was me and Tyree tagging up there. And then I think we were still like, they're still like, they weren't as known as they are now, but they were making their strides and stuff like that. And I remember one time I was just like, they was like, "Yo, your chaining is like fluid." And this was like Ichiban. I was like, "Oh, let me show you something." So as I'm showing him stuff, I got his ass in like knots in the locker room. He was like, "I don't." Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'm like, "Yo, Kyle, come here. Let me show you." Blah blah blah. But then I'm like, I met Dustin and I met him through the fellas and stuff like that. And I know I was like, all right, let's see what they can do. We had an opportunity to wrestle them over at We Are Wrestling, Prolific, myself, Marcus, Tyree versus the Miracle Ones, and tore the house down at 6-man. I felt like we won, yeah. But then I kind of started seeing like Kyle, and I started seeing Dustin. I started seeing them grow individually, like myself included. Outside of Prolific and stuff like that. I was like, you know what? If I ever get a chance to wrestle these guys one-on-one, I want to see what they can do. And like me starting to become more of an established figure and I guess a vet now, even though I kind of like, I don't see it, or correction, I don't feel it, but I become that guy, I guess. They were like, "Yo, wrestle Dustin." So I was like, all right. I was like, all right, well, how much time we got? They told me what it was. I was like, oh, like I told Dustin, I was like, yo, man, this is gonna be different than what you've been used to. And it's like I ain't like everybody else in New England. There's a reason why I don't get booked in New England. I'm just like, I bring it, I make, I like, and you're going to feel it. And then I was like, yo, and then we had the match, and it just like it flowed. And he was there, and I was physical.
Yeah.
I was like, I was physical.
This was a good match. Like really into. I'm sorry. Like I was with Ruthless. Like, and then it's like, this was just a crazy, crazy match. And I feel like it was one of those things too that I feel Dustin, I know for years also too, and he's been growing as well as I've been writing this journey, watching him too. And just to see this type of matches, these are the matches that I like, that it's like, oh, let me bring something else out of you and pull it.
I'm like, yeah, because I realized I'm like a lot of people try to go speed for speed with Dustin. I'm like, for what? I'm just like, nah. I'm like, nah. They're like, one, why am I gonna play to someone's strength? Though, can I match that speed? Yeah, definitely can. But I was like, yo, to be a great wrestler, I'm like, y'all need to learn how to perfect how to counter someone's strength and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, man, yo, he gonna be speed. I'm gonna break his ass down.
Yeah.
And I'm going to systematically, I'm going to make him fight my fight, or fight how I fight in this ring, and see if he can hold up from there. And if he's lucky to get some speed in, we'll see. But he's going to have to earn that shit. And he did. Like, we're definitely going to run this back. And it's like, I don't see why not. I'm like, anyone that's wrestled me that's actually making a name for themselves, they realize I'm like, yo, I'm for real with this shit.
Yeah.
And I don't fuck around.
It just like it was, and then like the respect, like after the match again, like I said, this is definitely a go watch kind of match, I feel like. And it's funny, as you were talking, I don't know why, it just like brought me back to years ago with like Anthony Gangone and Jordan Oliver, because you're talking about like speed, and Gangone is not like speed like that.
Yeah.
Where Jordan Oliver, when this is years ago, like, and that's what it kind of like reminded me of, because it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to play into your speed. Like, I'm going to knock you down, and like where you're at, where you're used to doing that.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the times, for me, like this is basically on my opinion, and maybe some of the older heads too, or the elders and stuff like that. For me, I believe it's really important, like when you really hit a certain plateau in your career, to have a strong ring IQ as opposed to ring skills. I'm like, because skills you're always sharpening your skills when you're in the ring. Every match is a data or a moment to sharpen your skill, but to actually have IQ in the ring, that's intangibles that you don't get very easily. So that's just me. There's a lot of cats in the indie though. They're great showcasing their skills, but all of a sudden that ring IQ is gonna see how well they go in the deep waters once it's past 15 minutes in the ring against me.
Yeah. I like Clash of Styles too. It makes it more interesting.
Oh yeah.
So, Good Cop Bad Cop says, where in Maryland are we talking? I'm only 30 minutes from the border in Virginia.
Oh, I was in Harvard Grace back in the day. Yeah, shout out to the State Victory Theater. Always showing love. I'm sorry about some of the walls that we broke. You asked for Wolf to show his ass, so show my ass.
That's funny.
Expectations were exceeded and met. Thank you.
Too funny. Let's talk about the 2300 arena, because obviously this is dream venue for any wrestler that wants to partake in this, and you got to partake in this in a match with Facade and VSK. So talk to us about the venue. Did you take the infamous photo that everybody takes?
What's crazy? This was my second match there.
Yeah.
My first match, I was in a trios match with ironically Facade and Crowbar versus Blackout. And it was a difficult day for me, not like in regards to like the wrestling part.
Yeah.
But it was difficult because it very rare do I kind of I break character on my way to the ring. But as they say my name in the 2300 arena, I just started smiling. I was like, I don't know if I'm a bad guy. I don't even care. I was like, shit. All of a sudden, he said big energy, Isaiah Wolf. I was like, yeah, we're good. I was like, I could get pinned right now, and I don't even give a shit. So I was like, I had to yo, snap out of it, goddamn it. You still got a job to do. Um, and that was one of those things. I'm like, yo, I actually like got to like I embrace the moment because I don't know this is ever going to happen again. So I'm like, I'm gonna let that little the 8-year-old kid come out of me. But then I was like, all right, cool, ding, 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 kill wolf, kill. But yeah, the second time around, I actually got to showcase what I can do and against VSK and 5K, and it was just like one of those nights where it was like, oh, you make the best of the moments, make the best of the minutes that you have, and then just steal the show. And I feel like I've done that and I did that, and I want to do it again down the line and stuff like that at Battlegrounds. And it was cool, man. I'm like, I've done a lot of work at 2300 Arena, but to actually have my music play and then all of a sudden have my graphic, have my name, have them chant Wolf in the building, they'll let you know if they hate you or if you suck or like just honest. And they were just and they fucked with me and it was just like, damn, I guess I'm doing something right. And in regards to did I take the infamous picture? Yes, I did. Not by choice. I did not want to.
Why?
Uh, I didn't. For me, yeah, I'm like, I will say this now. I hate the whole cliche of like, yo, we wrestled here, we gotta take a picture and then post it. I'm just like, nah. I was like, for what? I was like, oh, that, like for me, I'm like, I hate that trend. So I was like, if that's just me. I'm just like, like I don't want to do what everybody else done. I'm like, the only reason why I ever posted it was because of the fact that I had Rich Swann in the picture with me,
Hmm.
and I know one of the things he was saying, like, yo, get your ass into the wall and take a picture, Wolf. You're like, damn it. You're like, yo, you earned this. Like, you here. I was like, be proud of that. I'm just like, but I'm on the graphic, the saying I'm wrestling here. So what? Why do I need a picture here? It was like, I'm like, I got footage. I'm like, take the picture. It's like, all right.
But it's a memory, and it's like one of those things, right? That people always like take the picture, like live in the moment, make the memories and stuff. Like maybe now, like in that moment, that you're like, okay, I really don't want to do this, but like,
Oh, I get it, but I'm also like, for me, living in a moment is also like, all right, my moment was, can I get myself over in a crowd that
yeah,
could either make me or break me, and can I deliver a good match? Can
mhm,
I have the opportunity to come back again? And it's like, yo, I've done so much extra work in like personal assistant work and done all this stuff from MLW to NWA to like various things at 2300 Arena. So to actually finally have my time to actually wrestle there, I was like, man, this is my
yeah,
moment right here. Brother, I take a picture in front of a wall, which has about like a billion names on it from people that's wrestled there. This is like this solidifies all that work that I've done leading up into this.
yeah. No, I get it. And like I love that. And I love like, you see the connection there of like what it means to you like to be there. That's why I was like, okay, this is something that we have to talk about because everybody's got different, you know, feelings
I'm
of
like,
how they
yeah,
work there.
like I'm just like, yeah, like for me, it was like, yeah, this is a place I've watched, like growing up from watching old ECW to current stuff to formative ECW, and then it's like, yo, I'm actually here.
Hmm.
I'm here as a personal assistant to MLW writing staff, and then I'm here doing extra work for MLW. Then
Hmm.
I'm here again with T. Yes, son. Okay. Then I'm here doing extra work for TNA and then doing extra work for NWA,
Yeah.
all at 2300 Arena. So I was like, and I'm not gonna hold you. There's been some conversations that I've had with my OGs. I'm just like, yo, when are they gonna fucking see me and let me showcase what I can do? And like, like I kind of had that moment.
I love that for you. Definitely. Very, very much. Wade Simmons is in the chat. He goes, great interview. Training for pro wrestling is definitely fun. Great insight, brother. Oh, I don't know.
Uh,
Maybe if you want to elaborate a little bit more for him since he's in training.
um, yo, your foundation is key. I'm like, yo, understanding the 5 points of a traditional wrestling match will always get you booked. I'm just like learn like if you're just training, I'm like I'm probably saying some advanced shit, but if you're just training, yo, just embrace the learning, embrace the failures because there's gonna be a lot of them. I'm like, and if you're trying to really do this, you have to have a mental toughness and an emotional intelligence to just keep pushing, especially if you want to get places um that you've seen on television or that you just, you know, want to go to. Like it's a lot it's physical, but I'm like a lot of that shit is gonna be the mental aspect, and that's the part that breaks down pretty much half the wrestlers in this game.
Mhm. Yeah,
But definitely get your fundamentals, footwork, and cardio. When I train my students, that is all I teach them. Everything else is the in betweens.
there you go. Great advice. Uh, Good Cop Bad Cop says you have to take the picture in case anyone says picture or it never happened.
I have the picture. I have the pictures. I was like,
He's gonna take us all out.
I'm like, I do. I have the I have the pictures. And like I have two pictures. I have the pictures. I have the pictures in my first time wrestling there, and then I have the picture of when I was yeah, and when I actually had my singles match. But I didn't post it. I didn't post it all like my on my IG post, but I definitely posted as a story for Rich Swan for his birthday with a backstory because I'm just like though I am definitely like I wouldn't say cocky, but though I'm definitely confident, I just like I really just hate doing that shit when everybody's like, I was there, brother. I'm just like, oh, come on, man. Like, fuck, man.
We
Like,
bust, we bust a little bit chops here.
for real, like the fuck, like I got footage that showed you. Like I kicked Ruckus in the face. Like the video. I was like in the arena. I was like shit.
Oh my god, I can't. Wade in the chat says, I trained with Chicago style wrestling, working on documentary now, but will return soon. He goes, thanks, brother. I appreciate all the advice.
No doubt. Oh shit, yo, you tell SCW to hit my ass up. I've sent my shit out to them. I'm like, it's like the Midwest afraid of my black ass. I'm just like shit, like I'm like, yo, I've been to Chicago a few times, man. Show me. I'm like, I put money in that place, man.
See?
Return it back.
See, now I was just going to say, return the favor now.
Return the favor, man. Like, man.
Say something nice. Say something nice so he can get booked over there.
You're like, bro, you're like, Wolf is a good guy. I'm like, I am. I really am. Nah, but I like what Chicago style wrestling doing. I'm like, I like the fact that y'all found your own niche in the Chicago area. I know back then Chicago's mainstay promotions was AAW and Freelance, and I watched that promotion pretty much find a nice little life of its own, and they have their own identity. And seeing something like that, you always want to be a part like of the foundational pieces because you can actually etch your name and you can cement your name and be like, I helped, I was a part to seeing what they can do and seeing what they're doing now.
There you go. So spread the word.
Yeah.
Listen, fans, man, like tweet, the promotions, because if more people like are tweeting that you want to see like certain wrestlers at certain places, that's when promoters will bring in wrestlers for that.
This is what I realize right now, man. And not even just like as a plug, I realize I'm like, yo, the indies is your last form of actually having that connection with the wrestlers that entertain you.
Yeah.
I'm just like, cause when I get signed, you don't know if you're gonna have this one-on-one interaction with me, bro. Like shit. By that time, it'll be security. Let Wolf pass. I'm just like, nah, like shit. Like you ain't gotta do that. Like I know him, but
hey, remember me? Ooh, I don't know.
I was like, nah, but I feel like, yo, this is like one of the only sports where all of a sudden you can actually, see the person that you paid your ticket to see.
Yeah.
And then, actually have if not a conversation, but have a moment with that performer and stuff like that. And it's like one of the things that you don't get when you cross over to the mainstream and stuff like that.
Right.
So me going out there and showcasing what I can do, not just in front of like fans on this podcast and fans of that promotion, but it's just like it's like these are one of those I would just say those grassroots like moments that you can actually experience before you know
Yeah,
things even take off further.
absolutely. So definitely with that. That's why I love the indies. It's more intimate. So that's definitely one of the things that I love about it. Good Cop Bad Cop said building insurance is expensive in the Midwest. That's why they aren't returning your calls.
I'm just like, well, that's not my fault. That's not my fault. And to be quite honest, the building insurance in Chicago isn't that bad because Chris Hero and CM Punk would turn down buildings all the time in them old indie matches. So they shouldn't say nothing about what I can do. If I'm tearing a house down, build a better foundation.
I
How they
can't. Oh, that was good. That was good. All right, so NYWC is another like home for you as well. I feel like honorable mention on this podcast. We have to talk about Bam and Mouse. They've been on this podcast. I love those guys. I saw them not too long ago. You and Ruthless Lala teamed up. You guys are always teaming up against like them as well. So I don't know if you want to talk to us a little bit about that, working with them. They're just such good people.
Hold on. What's that team again?
Mouse and Bam Sullivan.
Oh God. Oh man. It was interesting to say the least. Because all of a sudden these are perennial like established deathmatch wrestlers and I do like having that versatility because no one expects to see me in a deathmatch style setting
Mm-hmm.
or opponents. Because like when you see me, you're always gonna think of like either a hybrid style or just like technical or just more in your face. But this is the one time I'm like, oh, they want weapons. Oh, they want weapons. Oh, bitch, we can give you weapons. Oh, I'll give you some weapons. God damn it, I got ideas, and stuff like that. But it was definitely very unique and very fun because it gave me like another canvas to paint on.
Yeah.
And I realized that, and I realized about that with the death match community and just like my times at CZW and helping out with Tournament of Death and just engaging with those athletes. I paint my own illustration on my canvas,
Mhm.
and they do the same thing with theirs. Theirs just involve barbed wire, thumbtacks, and other assortment items and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it was like we're painting a picture. It's just the instruments that we use are different.
It's crazy because those are two that like I think like once I start going into the indies is like really like when I first saw Mouse and Bam in the NYWC building. So this is like a long time ago. So it's so funny. Like me and Bam have talked about this before. That it's like I know them like a really long time. So it's crazy to see the beginning to where they are now. And like you said, like doing deathmatch scene is crazy. So so shout out to them too. Good Cop Bad Cop says, has Isaiah played the video game Rampage? Is that where the habit started?
What habit? Like, like what habit? Like what you heard? Like I ain't got no damn habits. I'm gonna go.
Hey, Hot Dog Starks is in the chat. He goes, my guy Isaiah, I love you, bro. I hope everything's good on your side.
Most definitely, man. Love you too, and congratulations on everything in life for you, man. Like I'm really happy for you.
Yes.
In regards to Rampage, I'm trying to figure. I'm like, yo, I don't recall ever playing Rampage. I don't know what habit this man is talking about. I'm just like,
Well, he'll tell me when he's about. I'll move on. I will move on. So we had Pretty Boy Smooth in the podcast last week, and he said you do not want the smoke. So I don't know if you want to like talk about that.
I will,
That you know.
will bust Pretty Boy Smooth ass. I will like. Why does he talk like he think because he's tall? Like he about that. Like yo, I've chopped down cherry trees all my life. I'm just like, thank you, son. I like he is not ready. I'm just like any promoter out there that wants to see Isaiah Will versus PB Smooth, yo, please holla at me, man. Like for real. Like he talking all that shit, but you see how he talk all that shit like away. Mind you, he just saw me about 3 weeks ago. He wasn't saying that. He wasn't saying none of that.
Oh
Like
my.
PB, no, I don't play. I'll bust his ass. Like
Oh my goodness, I can't. What happened to my camera? Like I'm like freaking blurry over here. Which is technical difficulties like crazy today, and I don't even know what the hell. So like,
I thought that PB better stop with that bullshit. Like you better stop. Like
uh,
I'll try. I don't even know where he lives, but I'll travel. Just send me just drop a pin. I'll find you.
damn. There you go. Let's see. Cloud in the chat says Rampage was the game where fake King Kong and fake Godzilla battled it out to destroy buildings.
Well, since you put it like that, then a little bit,
A little bit.
a little bit. But when I destroy buildings, it's not out of malice. It's because I just do the damn thing.
Yeah.
It's not just got that goddamn good shit.
Wait, so is this a setup for a match? No.
For real, like, well, I'm like, yo, good guy, good bad cop. I'm like, I don't know if you heard. I'm like, yo, have you not heard of what I bring, like, to an arena? That energy, that BDE, motherfucker. Like, come on, like,
Everything Pro Wrestling's in the chat. Go give him some love. He's got you covered with AEW, WWE reviews. Make sure you give him a follow. He also said, yeah, I just threw my Black Panther sweater on. Sick of the snow in Buffalo. Yes, it's fucking cold, man. Like, it's just...
y'all different out in Buffalo. I'm like, y'all built differently in Buffalo, but I respect that because Buffalo. If you are a pro wrestler in Buffalo, 9 times out of 10, like yo, you are definitely like. You are Smash Mouth to the fullest because you got your Kevin Blackwood, you got your Daniel Garcia, you got a couple of other cats that are like quiet up there, but they're breeding something different, and I can't wait to step in the ring with cats like that because I'm gonna give it to those Buffalo boys. They weird, but like they're like as a New Yorker, as a city kid, like from Brooklyn, seeing upstate people like. Like, oh, you chose to live up there. Okay. All right.
I mean, I'm a Queens girl, so it's like,
I'm like, for real.
it's so much cold. I have another friend that lives all the way up too. I think where is he, in Albany? And I'm like, did you get snow? It's like, it's fucking cold, and they'd have snow and I won't have shit here, and it's like, oh god.
I'm like, yeah, man. Like it was like 6 inches, and I was in September. I was like, damn. All right.
He said Brandon Thurston, if you know. And then he said Puff. Shout out to Puff. I love that. So, all right. So let's do a fan tweet because Good Cop Bad Cop sent a tweet. He goes, with Isaiah Wolf being an anagram of "Whoa, I fails," what's been your worst fail in wrestling to date?
Why would I answer that? Like, why would I tell you my failures? Unless that's like shit. My failures is my failures. It's all about how I bounce back from them. To be quite honest, I'm just like, and not even just that. Like, I would never really consider any failures because of to fail to me is I did it, I failed, and I stopped.
Mm-hmm.
I'm continuously doing it, which means I'm learning from my mistakes. Or learning from a mistake. I'm gonna make about 1,000 mistakes before I get it right. Like, so I would never really call that a failure. I just call that a trial and error.
Or
I'm like,
learning
shit, I was
experience.
trying to do a 450 early in my career, and I was just tanking it and tanking it and tanking it. And then one day it was like, yo, just jump a little higher. So I gave it a try. Next thing I know, I landed at 450. Now, the real question, have I ever done it in a match? Hell no. I have no need to. I don't. I really don't. Just like my springboards. So I'm like, can I do it? Yes, I can. Have I done them? Absolutely not. Because I'm like, I don't. I never needed to. Uh, but in regards to my greatest failures, I'm just like, yo, I wouldn't even say I had any. Nothing professional, that is. I mean, it's like, because everything is just, yeah, you just learn. You learn from the attempts that you make. Um, well, now if I can actually see missed opportunities, nah. I've had my tryouts with every place that I can think of and all the top promotions, and I've always showcased myself to actually, be there when the time is right. So, am I gonna ever get there? I would like to think so one day. Um, but like everything else, I just gotta be ready when that call comes.
See, I
Like,
think with his story, with that, like his question, it actually pulled out like an interesting story, and I think that's really what he wanted out of it. So I think even like you telling us like, oh, the 450 story,
yeah,
but yet you never like did it like in a match. I think that's pretty cool. But it's like, oh, look, I did something, I tried, you know.
almost like it wasn't. I'm like, I was always intrigued by that move, and I always
Hmm.
wanted to hit it because I was like, at that time, like I would say my first, my first year to my rookie and sophomore year, I'm like, I was heavily inspired by, like, oh, the New York scene was you gotta be like high flying and all this other stuff. And then I was like, all right, I'm doing this, but it was like it's not really resonating because it was like I haven't learned the IQ yet. Because like I said, it pairs back to the IQ. Like I
Hmm.
haven't learned that the IQ in psychology to why I'm doing it as opposed to just showing a skill to
Hmm.
do it. And then after a while, I was just like, yo, I became a better technician and I just learned how to just, you know, incorporate who Isaiah Wolf is in that ring. Now, can I do it? Will I ever do it? Maybe. Uh, maybe PB, bitch. Uh,
Damn, damn.
uh, yeah. But I'm like, yeah, man. But like I said, man, nothing I would ever say in my career is ever a failure for me. It's just, either a learning experience or something that I haven't accomplished yet. Like, so, like, yeah. If me not getting to certain promotions, if that's failing, then they failed them. They didn't. I didn't fail them. They failed themselves. Like,
There you go.
you ain't book Isaiah, you failing.
There you go. You just put your all asses on notice, pretty
Oh
much.
yeah, if you ain't booking Isaiah Wolf, oh you are failing, sir. Shame. Uh,
Dead. Dead. Good Cop, Bad Cop said, schedule a wrestling match at 10 to 5. Boom. There's your 450. Half past 6 matches. Boom. You did a 450.
I respect that.
He's on his ish tonight. I can't. So, all right, let's see. All right. So, here's let's bring an oldie but a goodie back onto this podcast. Craziest thing a fan's done to get your attention. He's like,
Yep. GTD in the ring.
oh my god, I can't. Jesus.
I'm handsome. Look at me. Like, God damn it, man. Like, I bet you Pretty Boy never had that shit happen to him.
Yo. Yo, I love like the last couple of weeks, all the shit talking between Alex Cage, Shug D, Darian Bengston, like Pretty Boy Smith, like Pretty Boy Smooth, like the last couple of weeks of just shit talk on this podcast.
I'm gonna tell you what, Mike. Yo, all right. There's a thing in the New York, there's a a rule that happened. Like I would say it's 2008 for me.
Okay.
The NYC rule is never start something with Isaiah Wolf. They're like, everyone's like, don't bother Isaiah. Leave him alone. This man is not bothering nobody. Don't start shit with Wolf because they know I'm gonna go in. I'm just like, so I was like, the same thing happened with Lala. I was like, yo, shit, I want to wrestle you. No, you're not ready. You're not ready. I want to wrestle you. You're not ready. So she did a promo. She was calling me out. I'm just like, I'm gonna ignore it. And then all of a sudden, now I got people murmuring, "Oh, Wolf, man, you." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Camera on. Now let me tell you why, motherfucker. Like, and then I think that's how that feud started and stuff like that. But that's been like that. That's been like my like. Please don't bother Wolf. That man he is doing something. Like he is in a lab cooking up something for when he gets an opportunity to wrestle some crazy match. Leave that man alone. And then people fuck with me. I never start shit. I never.
He's like, but I'm gonna finish that.
I finish it in a heartbeat, man. It's like true.
What's going on in chat? Good cut backup said from Isaiah's perspective, craziest thing a fan did was try to get a picture with him.
No, you know what? I do not mind taking pictures with fans. It was just like, yo, it was just the draw. So I was just like, oh snap, I'm in there. I'm getting ready to do my little boom 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 or what. I just get myself riled up, wolf, and next thing I know, yo, oh shit, Silk.
Everything Pro Wrestling says, can Isaiah talk about wrestling Rich Swann and Swerve Strickland?
Yes. When I wrestled, like those two matches were very big for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because Swann was Swerve's OG. And then I know from CZW, it was a lot of, before Swann was that guy in CZ. And before Swerve can get the torch passed on to him, he had to go through, Swann. And then I feel like that torch was passed. And then little by little, as I started to make a name for myself within the New York area, I was kind of like getting compared to Shane Strickland and like my mannerisms and stuff like that. Even though me and him had like two different types of flares, but then I've encountered him and we actually kind of like we're cool, and I feel like we're still cool. I'm just like I don't talk to him as much as I done before because his career in AEW and then my career, and then doing other things with Prolific and then Pro Wrestling Art and just pretty much being my own businessman. But I know for me to get past a certain plateau in a mental level, I had to wrestle somebody of that caliber. And I wrestled Strickland early in my career, like I was still like year 4. And I was just like, yo, I'm not gonna front. Like leading up to that match, I was just ready. I was mentally focused. I'm like, diet like a madman, no carbs. And everyone knows I love carbs. I love cereal. I ain't have cereal for a few weeks. I ain't have bread for a few weeks, and I was miserable. But I told myself, I'm like, and I was also naive. I thought to myself, he's about to go to NXT and whatnot, but if I wrestle him, then maybe I could get signed and all that bullshit. And naive. I had to put myself in a naive situation. But then, like the day of the show, I'm like, I see him. And mind you, I know this motherfucker for a minute. I know him, but I was actually kind of nervous. And I was like, damn, like, why? Why am I nervous? I'm just like, God, like, I do this shit too. Maybe not at the level that he's done it thus far, but goddamn it, I'm like, I'm here. And in the match we had, I'm proud of the victory that I have obtained against him, but I always felt to myself that like I demand more for myself, especially knowing what I know now and what I can do in the ring against anybody. And I've ever gotten that chance. It's like, yo, I know he's a hell of a lot better than what he was that day compared to now. And I'm definitely a hell of a lot better than I was that day compared to now. But it's like, I always wanted to have like, what if now he's where he's at, I'm making my way up. It's like, I'm where he was in the indies right now. And it's like, oh, bro, I'm like, yeah, you give me a chance to do that shit again. I'm going to, get that building insurance. But then, like for real. But then I had an opportunity to wrestle an OG the OG's OG and Swan, and I, and it made me laugh. I always feel like certain things happen for a reason because like eventually I made my way to CZW, and then I got to like main event matches and showcase what I can do as an individual performer, which ultimately led to getting Swan's respect. And I know one thing he said was, if I have every chance to work with you, like I look forward to that shit. And then times were like there were opportunities, but shit happened. We know with him in TNA, so he had and then obligations with NWA, and then it was just like, stars in the line, and then this year during the summertime, SummerSlam weekend, the stars aligned, and I actually got to wrestle this man like 2 nights, and then I was like, yo, I got my validation, and I'm like, and I was a hell of a lot more prepared then than I was at that time, and it was just like everything happens for a reason, but I've also my ring IQ also matches my skills, and it showcased. I'm like, yo, man, I can go against anybody. But it was also nice to like the cherry on top to like, yo, man, 10 years in this game. And it's like, yo, I got OGs like this, letting people know that Wolf for real. So that was like, it was like my mental toughness has allowed me to like do really incredible stuff.
Love that. Love that story. Thanks for sharing. Conrad says thanks for sharing that one too. Now they're talking about cereal in the chat. Drew's in TikTok chat. He goes, the American Gangsta, the Wolf. Thanks for joining on in. Make sure you guys hit that like button and hit that share button. So, so I have two final questions for you, and then we'll get into what you got coming up. So I love to pay it forward on this podcast. Who are some names that you feel the fans should be looking into?
I bet. Now, I said this on a. I'm gonna plug a podcast while doing a podcast, show love.
Of course.
Ringville podcast. I told them I don't really vouch for people because sometimes I always have the tendency of blowing up in your face. But I'm like, and I believe that and I still do believe that in business from time to time. But I don't want to retract my feelings towards that. But I also need to realize that, like, no one ever put me on, and I probably would be in a lot different place had I had, people who would talk great about me in my face, talk great about me, in a locker room to the right fucking people and stuff like that, or use that, their platform to actually help, me out or just help, up and coming talent out. So I always will. Like nowadays, I try my best to help out like up and coming athletes or just wrestlers, and maybe if I am saying their names, it actually helps them out. But I also need to I want to address that. I guess me being who I am now and being the vet and being an OG, I need to be better than the OGs before me. And I'm not saying that they're not, and I'm not saying that they're lacking, but I'm feel like you have a platform to showcase people in a better light.
Yeah.
But we're not, because we're still worrying about, us.
Of course, yeah.
But I do want to say that if there are people out there that I've seen that can actually, benefit from some more eyes, that I've seen are like not just diamonds in the rough, but actually like people that are like they're doing it not even just the right way, but they're going through the shit to get to the surface, So like Sean Smith, Malik Delvante, these are just like young brothers that I've seen that I've worked with. Troy Parker, dope dude out of West Virginia. I know he's trained by Kincaid. Damn, this is like, honestly speaking, there's a lot of like up and coming talent, and I'm like, and I don't want to like give anybody the snub because I will forget people from time to time. Mateo Marcellus over at Cheeseburger School. They are like excuse me. Like there's a lot of talent. Like I feel like if we just stop for a moment and not look at everyone that's that's currently, always getting the I wouldn't even say the rub, but the every Thursday night fucking, attention,
Mm-hmm.
then you will see that there are people that can act that are actually like killing it. Brando
Yeah.
Lee,
Mm-hmm.
even though Brando Lee, he's that motherfucker's on Russell Open, man. Fuck him. I love you, Brando. Uh, like, bitch, you getting the Thursday rub.
I'm
Uh,
dead.
I'm just like saying, I'm honestly speaking, like for me, like I always I've realized this as I got into like my 10 year that sometimes wrestling right now is this bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Is back wrestling, the indie wrestling is definitely back in the territory phase. All of a sudden, like we're not really allowing people to not really, you're not giving people really really big opportunities because we're still comfortable with what we have at
Yeah.
home that we
Mm-hmm.
don't know what someone can do outside unless they're a former WWE guy or a guy that you saw on AEW that's a contract guy that's
Mm-hmm.
going to help, you're a local guy trying to get something like that. Like no one's doing what they used to do. And it's like, yo, for me, I always I always prided myself to have the ability of being like a great journeyman. So when it comes down to when I actually get the opportunity to being a mainstream, like I've done everything and I've showed myself to be a worldly athlete as opposed to just I was just great within my region.
Right.
No, I'm great every fucking where. Germany, Canada, England, Amsterdam,
Mm-hmm.
Mexico, Japan, Puerto Rico. I showed you I'm great everywhere. So like if I had anything to do with it, I'm like, yo, just open up the gates and let people actually wrestle.
Thank you. Because, like, I always say, I want the mix. Like, I
Like,
want to see some different.
I'm just
mi-
like real like for real shit, like yo, like even like doing my best at pro wrestling. Or I want to have guys like Isaiah Bronner, and I want to have like and like the cats from the Midwest, guys from Chicago style wrestling, like people from the West Coast, D Rogan, and like various competitors. I'm like, yo, you have something brewing that you can have recreate from how I used to be back in 2015 when indies wrestling was hot, where you actually wanted to go to the shows. And I feel like right now with the whole landscape of how the mainstream wrestling scene is now, like spending $20 to $30, like that ain't shit to see wrestling that you can actually be a part of.
Yeah.
You got to take the good with the bad from time to time. You might not
Mm-hmm.
know a motherfucker, but I promise you one thing. I'm like, if they put on a show to your liking, you'll have a reason to come back again.
Yep.
And for me, $20 a month as opposed to $1,200.
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely.
that's it. That's fucking steal. Like, what's the worst that happens? You buy a T-shirt
But
and you don't see me again. I'm just like, oh shit.
hey, listen, there's a lot of gems out there. This is why I do these podcasts and everything. And I try to have my mix of up and coming vets,
I'm just like, yeah, man.
West
And the
Coast.
crazy part, and it's crazy because I'm like, I still feel like I'm up and coming, like though I've gotten to do like some really cool things with my career, and I'm still doing crazy, I'm still doing cool things, but I'm just like, there's a lot more that we can do,
Yeah.
and it all comes with just people just like yo tearing down those goddamn walls.
Yeah.
Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? You succeed? Oh shit, we made money.
Isn't that the plan?
Oh god. Oh, the
God
building
forbid.
is,
That's the
God forbid. There's no, like, oh, we have this standing room only. Why, Lord? Why? Why would you give me success? Fuck. like,
God forbid.
God forbid you give me success and people actually like the shit I do, the product. Oh my God. Why? Damn it. Who wants to be successful in this bitch?
I guess
Like,
people
oh,
don't like money. I don't know.
oh my God, damn. Want money? Like, hell. Like, take my money. Hell.
I can't. All right, so let's end this on, and then we'll get into what you got coming up. Everybody knows, for me, wrestling with positivity is very important to me on this podcast. So, because, the world of wrestling is full of negativity, and I bring out the positive in it. So is there something that you could share with us maybe something a fan's done for you, maybe you've done for a fan, maybe a wrestler's done for you, maybe you've done for a wrestler, anything that we wouldn't know unless you shared this story.
Um, well, of course, I'm from New York,
Me
Brooklyn.
too.
Um, it's crazy. Like New York fans are very cynical and sarcastic and kind of an asshole. Like New York people we appreciate in an unappreciative fashion. Yeah, like we appreciate you, but we would never say it in a way that you'll feel it. Like, hey, that was good. Could have been great, but that was good. Like,
We're fucked up.
oh, okay. So to a person that's not from New York, that's how you feel. You're like, hey, good shit. Could have been better. That was good shit. Like, so that wasn't a that was a compliment, right? I'm like, yeah, man, that was a good compliment. That was a good compliment. Nah, but yeah, one thing that happened to me, I'm like, I'm on the train, and I'm on my way home, and a fan actually walked up to me. At first, like me being from New York and me being a Brooklyn dude, somebody walked up to me like, "Yo, you Isaiah Wolf?" I'm just like, "Oh, shit, I'm about to pop off." Okay, I'm about to, oh, they gonna fuck around and find out. They about to, okay, all right. I was like, shit, damn, like, okay. Let me get my feet planted, just get the stance ready. I was like, yeah, wow, what's up? He's like, yo, man, I just want to let you know, yo, I love your work, man. Like, keep doing what you're doing. He's like, yeah, it means a lot seeing someone like you do what you do and represent, not just the cast from Brooklyn, but just holding it down. And I'm just like, and I softened my fist, and I was like, okay. I was like, all right, cool. Let me get away from this defensive. I softened one fist because motherfuckers out there are crazy, so you don't know. You just don't know. But I softened the left hand. I was like, yo, I appreciate that. I was like, thank you, man. Like, I wasn't expecting that. I thought, somebody would, I get their ass whooped. But it was just like, yo, to actually have that moment, out of random, like, and I wasn't saying I was having like the best day, but I was like, it was like, the regular day. Like, oh, we got through it.
Yeah.
Like we got through it. No, like everything is still intact. I'm like, yo, I got money in my pocket. I'm like, yo, we can make another day. We can. The train is still going. And then, and then to have someone just like out the blue, just randomly, just like, yo, I actually know who I am,
Right.
as a performer in one of the most cynical cities in the world, and just say some shit like that was like, I gotta mentally remind myself of this moment, because there are moments where it's like, yo, when I question my progress, and I'm just like, yo, am I actually being seen? And are the right people seeing me? And then it's like, you know what? It doesn't matter if the right people are seeing me, only because of the fact that the people that are seeing me are the people I wrestle for,
Right.
and those might not be like those mainstream execs and stuff like that, but those are the people that like seeing a person like me succeed matters to them and gives them the drive to keep doing what they're doing, when all of a sudden they not having that day, and like they just like, yo, life is kicking me in the balls, and then they see a motherfucker like me just saying big dick energy, and it's like it's like, I don't know who this guy is, but he's I resonate with that guy, and then just to have that moment, it's like, all right, damn, like, I can't stop doing what I'm doing,
No.
because there's motherfuckers like them that look forward to seeing somebody like me do what I do, and that's always great motivation.
Love that. So, yeah, we're little fucks out here in New York.
I'm like, yeah, like, but I feel like that's the charm. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there was definitely a stigma for New York wrestlers
Yeah.
in the world, everywhere else. Like, man, don't book them New York wrestlers, man. They always got an attitude. I was like, no, we don't. I swear to God, I promise. We don't feel like we do.
Yeah.
I was like, it's just the fact that I'm like, yo, we are very prone to time management.
Yeah.
Meaning, if we give you time and we are engaging,
Right.
don't waste that shit with bullshit.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I was like, if I'm driving from New York in this day and age, in this social climate, with all them goddamn tolls and congestion fees,
Right.
and then all of a sudden I get to that state and you tell me the show is canceled,
Oh yeah.
I'm just like, you are going to need more than building insurance for what I'm going to do. I'm like, you could have called me. You could have been like, hey, bro, I'm sorry. I don't even know where you at right now, but show canceled. Thank you. I'm like, you know what? There was a Waffle House that we just passed by. Now I have a reason. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. I'm going to U-turn, Waffle House, take a nap, go back home, 2K or whatever game that's stuck in my PlayStation as we speak.
I'm dead. I'm dead. The gift for Christmas: give your local promotion insurance to the
I'm just saying.
building.
I'm like, this is. I'm like, if you ever book a New York wrestler, I'm like, and I'm not just talking about myself. Just communicate. New Yorkers are big on communication. Now
Yeah.
we might not we give you one word answers, but if we agree to it, then we agreed to it. It was like, man, like for me, like I have a one word. I'm not gonna tell y'all what it is, but you heard it because that's
Yeah.
how we got this interview to happen. So I was like, yo, you think you can do this? I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. Gave you my word. That word solidifies. That's gonna happen. I'm like, but as a New Yorker, if I give you a certain word that solidifies it's gonna happen, be sure it's gonna happen.
Yo. I can't.
So I was like, oh, all right. I was like, but that is me,
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that is any other New Yorker. But don't be afraid of us,
No.
Don't be afraid of us. Like, I represent right now. I solemnly call myself the mayor of New York wrestling because ain't nobody touching me. I'm like, if anything, I'm the only guy in New York wrestling that's having bangers everywhere right now, by myself as tag team, and as trios at the same time.
There you go.
Anybody fucking with me.
There you go. So tell your local promotion to book him, but make sure to get some insurance for the building.
The energy, the BDE is ridiculous. It's through the roof. It's through the roof.
Love that. So tell the fans what you got coming up so they can come support you and all that fun stuff.
This Saturday you can see you will probably see me, but you will definitely see Tyree Taylor at Remarkable Wrestling this Saturday in Long Island. If we have time, you may also see Prolific at Battleground Championship Wrestling in 2300 Arena in Philadelphia as well, if traffic is not crazy. You know how that is.
Yeah.
All right, next week you can also see myself at Ruthless Lala Prolific versus the Rep, Brandon Downey, Lugazi. I really messed up his name, but if you're mad about it, you see me in the ring. Smash and Burn and the Rep at Pro Wrestling Magic for the World Tag Team titles to make us a two-time champ. You'll be two-time. Not to mention, I will get my hands on Bruno. You know what you did. I show ass on site. Nope, that's it. I said on site, so you already know what that means. Following week after that, December, I what they call it after Christmas mayhem. I'm going to burn a lot of those people's calories by whooping their ass in a mixed tag match for all the gold for my brand new NYWC Fusion title and Ruthless Lala Scarlet title against NWA Slimeball Sage and Kylie. I don't know her last name. I don't care to.
I have it up here.
I'm going to fling her ass like I did the last time. I was like, she was in my way. So I tossed that sugar biscuit, and yep. And I got something in store for Sage.
Oh.
Yeah, man. It's like I'm going to send your ass back to NWA, hurting real bad, Yeah, West Indian voice on your ass. What is crazy, yo? Sidebar. I've been whooping a lot of people's asses in NWA. Black G's, Swan, Sage. By next year, PB Smooth. I'm just like, yo, man. I'm just like, maybe I was right for what I said the first time about the NWA. Nostalgic Wrestling Alliance, because they are just in the past looking at my ass as I rise to the top. So that shit is crazy. It's crazy. It is crazy.
Or
Exodus ain't got shit on me.
well, it's put out into the universe now, so you never know what can happen there.
I don't know, man. I feel like the NWA is scared of me. I'm busting their talent ass. This is ridiculous. And Kyrie Alexa. Yeah, that's what you said her name was, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sugar Biscuit tossed her. Tossed her.
I can't. I'm dead. So tell the fans where they can follow you if they're not following you already. They should be.
If you're not following me, then y'all fucking up. But Twitter, the Isaiah Wolf, IG. Oh, can we say Twitter? You know what? Twitter X. The Isaiah Wolf. IG Isaiah_Wolf23. Facebook Isaiah Wolf. And good cop, bad cop. No, I do not have an OnlyFans because I know it'll be your next question. That is not going to be rising. Just because I bring big dick energy to the minute, I want to show it. I know you little nasty motherfucker. And YouTube, Isaiah Wolf. Yeah. I beat him to the punch. Like, I know he's gonna ask my ass, what you do, cereal in the milk or the milk in the cereal? Nah, he'll ask that question, so I just want to beat him to it. Yeah, I see you. Even before you type.
Damn. Oh, let's see. Let me go back into the chat. There's some stuff. Cloud says, always be the change you want to see in the world and keep your karma clean. Wade said, I agreed, seen so many talent before, but I think it's time to work out how it's supposed to. But I agree. I've seen that a lot. We have Elias and Mustafa Ali coming this Friday at CSW. And of course, support your local indies. Wade says, also, great job, Tiffany. Great show. I'll be reaching out to you and Isaiah Wolf to make an Impact Rate episode. Good Cop, Bad Cop said, great one, guys, except the last comment. Yeah.
I'm like, this might give me a little heat, but don't stop worrying about supporting your local indies and just support indies.
Yeah.
That's it, bro. I'm like, because the indies ain't local.
Yeah.
It's everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's technically a contradiction. I'm just like, support your local. Why am I supporting something that's everywhere? Yeah. Support everywhere. Mm-hmm. Like, I just support the indies. I'm like, because the person, you're seeing me here in New York, but all of a sudden, like, if y'all really vibing with me like that, then you're gonna see me in Chicago. Right. You're gonna see me in Vegas. You're gonna see me in your city. I'm like, shit, and trust me, I'm a hoot in person. Like, I'm like, just support indies. Don't just support your local, because if it's local, it's gonna stay local.
Yep.
Support the indies all through. You can make the indies mainstream. Look at ECW.
Yeah. Definitely. Look, this podcast, I bring people from all over the place. You guys find talent that you guys had no idea about. Like, I get, like, from down south, across the pond. Like,
it's crazy because I'm like, it's not like I've met and wrestled cats like this, and I'll look at them. Well, like, man, like Darius is killing it. Wrestled him at CZ banger match, and now he's a guy. I'm like, I feel like I'm a guy anyway. Even if y'all don't think I am, I'm him. New York, him. But it's like, man, I promise you, if we're willing to take a chance doing this professional sport, then take a chance on letting us do something at your promotion.
Absolutely.
If I suck, then what? If I suck, then oh God, you ain't got to bring my black ass back. But like, if I do good, it's like, oh snap! Now we got somebody that it's just great business. Yeah. And I feel like sometimes that's the thing I think that's the thing that people kind of forget.
So
business.
I think somebody like you, like I always tell everybody on this podcast, like someone like you, that it's like, all right, like I know you, and like maybe I've seen you, you know,
Yeah.
like let's say like NYWC was like the first place, you know, but like, look, I just seen you in Connecticut or whatever. Like I always tell people, like, you know, you might like somebody, and then if
Yeah.
you follow that person, then you find new promotions, then you find new wrestlers that you didn't even know existed. Like this is the nice thing about the independent scene. Even if you just follow one wrestler, I promise you, you'll probably find other ones that you will
Oh, yeah.
enjoy and new promotions.
It's like prolific is 5 talents, and we work in like 5 different promotions. That's like, and like two to three a month. That's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's literally like 15 different places that you can that you can, you know, be rocking with right now. But
Yeah.
like I said before, man, like in order for the business to grow, you know, you got to be able to expand. And like the best quote I've heard the best quote I heard before is like, yo, you can't receive anything with a closed fist.
Yeah.
Got to open it up.
Love that. Love that. Well, thank you for coming on here and chatting with us for a little bit. Hopefully, Good Cop, Bad Cop didn't scare you off.
He started it. I think he got freaked out because I read his nasty ass mind. You know,
He messes with everybody on this podcast. Everybody.
I told you, man. This is why you don't start with Wolf. You know?
You see it right here live on the podcast. Cloud said if it's on Thriller or IWTV, I'll watch it. But hey, listen, there's stuff on YouTube and Twitch. Like more promotions are moving to
If
that.
real talk, like if you actually put Isaiah Wolf's name in on IWTV,
A lot.
like you will see a lot of me. I am there. I'm there a lot. That's crazy. Like I kind of like downplay what I've done and stuff like that. If you go on Fight TV, like my earlier work was there too. Don't watch that.
Don't watch that. Scratch that.
I
Scratch
was like,
that.
no, but I do have some current stuff on there as well and stuff like that. But I'm like, I've been fortunate enough to hit every major streaming platform in my career thus far, and even overseas television from Pro Wrestling Holland to Preston City Wrestling to WXW.
Mhm.
So it's like, yeah, man, like my name's there. It's just, people, peeking their head up to look.
Yeah. So there's a lot. So now you learned a little bit about him. There's so much to see. So go digging. So love that. Thank you again for coming on here. Again, really appreciate it. So guys, next week, Junie Underwood is coming on. So I'll post all that tomorrow. So with that being said, stay safe, support independent wrestling, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.
Later.
Miserable.